especially if you are in the space right now with whatever it is that you're working on creatively, um, where you're starting to see like the trickle in of, maybe your platforms are growing bigger, maybe you're making a little bit more money than you have been in the past. I feel like y'all haven't even scraped the sides of the pot yet, okay? Because there is this, and I kind of want to clarify this, but this needs to look at the bigger picture. And maybe that's why you are, yeah, we're not going to clarify that. That's why you need to trust the process. That's why it's important for you to continue to make it a point to connect with your dead folks, to connect with your practice, right, as a spiritual creative. Because there is a, thank you for the confirmation, nature.
And your cousin too, rolling down the strip on gold, coming up slamming Cadillac doors. Me and you, your mama and your cousin too.
Hey, Earth signs. Girl, what are y'all doing? Welcome to your creative divinations, where I divine for the creative in you. I am Mecca. Thank you guys so much for being here. I'm excited. It's April. Spring is springing. It is hot. It's here. Okay. I was gonna do this reading with my hair down. It's hot. Okay, it's hot. So, welcome to your creative divination for the month of April for my earth signs, my Virgos, my Capricorns, and my Tauruses. Okay, I'm excited to do y'all's April divination because, number one, of the cards that are already out, but also, okay, this is the month where we start the extended reading. So, of course, I'm gonna give y'all all I got in the first half of this video, right? The first 30 minutes. But if you are someone who would like to dig a little bit deeper, we're gonna pull some more cards and really announce to the root of the situation. Please feel free to click the link that's down below in my description and go ahead and snatch and grab up the extended reading. They are $5 each. You have lifetime access, all the things. Okay, so we're gonna get into this divination. Earth signs. I'm excited. Okay, our overlying energy is authenticity. All right, and it says, "Be divine." I'm sorry. Be your divine self at all times. You weren't designed to fit in. Break away from expectations and fully express yourself in your own unique way, and you will be a magnet for success. And I love the fact that at the bottom of the deck, baby, we have reward and recognition, and we have acceptance. Okay, reward and recognition says, "Congratulations, your hard work will soon pay off and take you in the direction of your dreams. Acknowledge your efforts and your own power." Acceptance says, "You may be disappointed with a recent outcome. Remember, if one door closes, you are being redirected to the one that will soon open your true soul's path." I love that because, child, we've all been through the ringer, okay? Like, especially for us being earth signs, me being a Capricorn, y'all know all the things, right? We've been having a time, right? And so to see the work paying off, and I said this at the end of last year, actually middle towards the end of last year, for the people who have been doing the work. Okay, this is underdog season, and I feel like this is what we're talking about. We also have the compound, and we have Luna. Luna says quiet resilience, emotional support, unconditional love. And the compound says offerings, remembrance, and strength. The first thing that I thought when I saw the two of those is, number one, for whatever it is that you are doing, whatever it is that is going to bring this reward and this recognition, please, for all that is sacred and holy, y'all, understand, number one, if you need, and it's crazy because it's also at the bottom of this deck, reach out. If you need an ear, if you need a shoulder, if you need to feel like you are in a safe space to be able to express yourself and what's going on up here or in here, make sure you reach out to somebody. Okay, it could be a friend, a family member, well, I ain't gonna say acquaintances because you don't be wanting to tell acquaintances everything, but you get what I'm saying. Some trusted person in your life. This could be your dead folk, your spirit guides, how whatever resonates for you, right? Make sure you're reaching out and you're getting that emotional support that you need right now, because I feel like a lot of times what we don't talk about is when the things start to happen and when the things start to come and we would start to get recognition and reward for the things that we have been working on. It could be jolting, right? It could be like it's actually happening, right? And you really have to. I just got a real heavy dose of deja vu just now, but you have to sometimes take a step back and really process like what is going on, especially if you want to be a good steward of this reward or this recognition, a good steward of what it is that you're being blessed with. You have to take that moment and take that step back sometimes, right? Also understand that you have unconditional love through your folks, okay, through your dead folk, through your spirit guides. You are loved unconditionally. You are protected. You are guided when you ask for it, because they're not mind readers. So if you need the guidance, ask for it. But I love the fact that this came out with offerings, remembrance, and strength, because baby, don't forget where you came from. Don't forget how you got here. Make sure when the rewards start rewarding and the recognition start recognitioning, okay, you put something up on that altar. You spend some extra time with your folks. You say thank you. You know what I'm saying? You in remembrance of you. Okay, because simply something as which y'all know how I feel about lazy veneration, but okay, I feel like even something as simple as speaking their names is elevation, right? So make sure you're saying thank you. You're making it aware or making it known and making them aware that I am grateful for the things that you have allowed and helped me to create and that you have allowed and helped me to bring forth, right? Bottom of the deck, we also have the crossroads. Mm. As a daughter of the crossroads, I'm very excited to see that. It says choices, divine guidance, transformative decisions. That is how you got here. With authenticity and having the courage to follow the divine guidance that you were given, having the courage to look at the different choices that you had, having the courage to make those transformative decisions. Sometimes it takes a risk. Sometimes it takes you stepping out of your comfort zone, doing something different, and being like, you know what? If it fails, it fails. At least I tried, right? At least I went out on a limb, went out on a ledge, and I did something different. You'll never know what could come of taking a risk until you do it, right? And I feel like for a lot of us, for some of us, it was small risks, right? For some of us, hi, hello, it was big risks, right? And a lot of times when we take these risks, I could be shuffling right now. Becca, girl, get it together. But a lot of times when we take these risks, we don't know what is going to be the outcome of it. We don't know what's going to be the result of it. It's just, it's one of those things where you get to a point where you're like, you know what, I'd rather take this risk and see what comes of it than to never know, right? Also, I want to point out that it is Monday as I'm filming this. A Monday as I'm filming this, and it is storming. And it is beautiful. I love it. So I have my window open, so if you hear the thunder, girl, I'm country, okay? We used to sit outside during storms and look at God's work. Okay, so my window's open. The breeze is breezing. I love a good rainstorm. I love a good thunderstorm. But anyway, I just feel like for those of you who have been doing the work, who have been moving authentically, it is so crazy because I was just talking to my bro and sis, Jay and Bria, the other night. You know, we just kind of chopping it up. And that's what we were talking about, is being authentic. I was even talking about it on my on my live that I did on TikTok last week. Being authentic, the people who have been authentic are the people that are going to go far in this time. People don't want to see the same run of the mill aesthetic. I got my life together, smile for the camera type that people be doing now. You know what I'm saying? People want to see, you know, the emotion. People want to see the messy house. People want to see the stress. People want to see things that they can relate to, and that's what comes with being authentic. You feel me? Like when people can look at you, especially as a creative, because I feel like as creatives, and if y'all have a different experience, let me know. But I feel like a lot of times as creatives, we don't feel like there is anybody that we can or that relates to us outside of other creatives, because baby, the life as a creative is hard. Okay, it's real hard. It's cute. Okay, but it's hard sometimes when you feel like people don't understand you, right? Not even people don't understand your vision, but like just people just not understanding who you are as a person. And I feel like because of, excuse me, I feel like that's because a lot of creatives, they have no choice but to move authentically. We don't know no other way. Y'all have heard me say this in several other videos. I can't do nothing but be me. Anything else feels inauthentic. And like I said, maybe it's not your ministry to get up on here, you know, or get up on the socials and tell all your business the way that I do. That's my ministry, right? But I can't see me connecting to y'all and relating to y'all in any other way. I am moody. I am emotional. I am sensitive. I am mech. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the same mech that y'all get here is the same mech that y'all get off camera. I can't not. That's my authentic self. So I feel like what changed the game for a lot of you, and I'm as an Earth sign, I'm gonna speak for myself as well. Baby, this solar eclipse that we just had, something clicked. Something clicked. And I think that for a lot of us, one of the things that clicked was us having to accept the things that we did prior to that didn't work. One of my, and I just mentioned them a second ago, one of my really, my baby, my Riri, my sis was like, Mac, you're not gonna like, and she said this to me months ago. She was like, you may not understand right now why things are going the way that they're going, but when you get to the other side, just get through it. Like that has been our mantra for months. Just get through it, because once you get through it, it will be made clear why it was necessary for you to accept the things that didn't work out, why it was necessary for you to accept things as they were. And when I say accept things, I don't want people to take that as you're just lying down and letting life happen to you. That's not what I'm talking about. But it's giving serenity prayer, right? It's giving accepting the things that I can't change right now, right? Example, my living situation right now, which it's a great living situation, but one of the reasons I think that I was hesitant to give up my apartment is because I was having a hard time accepting things as they were. I was having time accepting the fact that, like, girl, your time in this home has run its course, right? So some of y'all, after this eclipse, I'm gonna pluck that off. After this eclipse, I feel like something clicked. And I feel like you accepting it is what opened the door. You being authentic, you making the transformative decisions, doing, making the choices that you needed to make, listening to the divine guidance that has been given to you, propelled you. It gives me like slingshot. Like, you feel me? Like, it gives me like you doing all these things was the pullback. And now that you are on the other side of it, like the slingshot releasing, you're moving forward movement, right? And it's all because you decided to be you as you are. That quiet resilience. Earth signs, I love it. I love it. How many cards is that? Okay, that's fine. We're gonna stop there. Bottom of the deck, we have rebirth. I can't make this up. Rebirth. Rebirth because you were receptive to the things that ended. Come on, somebody. Come on, somebody. Rebirth because you are living moment to moment and going with the flow. I can't make this up. I love it. I love it. I'm gonna sit these over here because I feel like they is kind and they is important. Okay, Earth signs. The cards that you have, first card that you have is trust. It is very important for you right now, Earth signs. Did I just say air signs? If I did, I'm sorry. Anyway, um, Earth signs, is very important for you right now to trust the process. And I know that is something that we say very often, right? And it's one of those things where it's easier said than done. But I feel like for a lot of you, you have gotten this far because you decided to trust the process. You decided that, you know what, no matter what this looks like on the outside, no matter what my exterior reality looks like, I'm going to trust that by me being authentic and by me making the hard decisions, having the hard conversations with self, right? Because y'all know how I get down. If you're new here, let me remind you, I don't give a damn about what's going on outside of you. I'm concerned about you. I'm concerned about your innards, okay? So when I'm talking to you, when I'm doing these readings, I'm talking to you about your internal, okay? Not to say that external influences don't matter, but that's not what I focus on over here. Back to our regularly scheduled program. So, because you've had these hard conversations with yourself, because you have accepted things as they are, because you are just, what's the word? Engulfed in this quiet resilience and unconditional love and this rebirth, and you're being receptive and going with the flow. Like, Earth signs, this is beautiful. Keep trusting the process, because I feel like y'all haven't even, especially if you are in the space right now with whatever it is that you're working on creatively, um, where you're starting to see like the trickle in of, you know, maybe your platforms are growing bigger, maybe you're making a little bit more money than you have been in the past. I feel like y'all haven't even scraped the sides of the pot yet, okay? Because there is this, and I kind of want to clarify this, but this needs to look at the bigger picture. And maybe that's why you are, yeah, we're not going to clarify that. That's why you need to trust the process. That's why it's important for you to continue to make it a point to connect with your dead folks, to connect with your practice, right, as a spiritual creative. Because there is a, thank you for the confirmation, nature. There is a, there's a bigger picture here, right? And I hate to be like, it's not just about you, but it's not just about you. Especially if you are someone who has a platform, or hell, it could be little brothers and sisters and cousins or whoever is watching you, right? Other creatives who are inspired by you. And y'all know how I feel about, especially as spiritual creatives, a lot of us are doing things that are in our bloodline, right? And so as you continue to trust the process and move in your authenticity, as you continue to go with the flow, to be moment to moment, to be receptive, you are also elevating your ancestors, who some of them may do, say you're an artist, right? And art is something that comes naturally to you. It's nothing that you really had to spend too much time learning. It's just something that, of course, you know, did what you needed to do to hone your craft and to hone your skill, but it's something that came naturally to you, right? Not saying that this is always the situation, but I feel like when it's something like that, that's a bloodline. You know, that's something that's in your blood, right? And I feel like when stuff like that, when it's bloodline, I mean, even if it's not blood, well, no, let's stick with its bloodline. When it's bloodline, it's like, not only are you doing it for you, not only of you, of course, elevating the people who came before you, but think about the fact that you may have had an ancestor who wanted to pursue art but couldn't for whatever reason, right? And through you doing what you're doing, being authentic, all of the things, right? They're now allowed to, what's the word? They are now allowed to be elevated through your art, right? Take me for example, as a writer, I come from writers, right? And I made a Substack, which I will leave I'll leave the article down below where I was talking about it. But I wrote a Substack article where I was talking about how a lot of the time, when I write these stories don't come from me. I am just the conduit. And for a lot of y'all, it's the same thing. You express your creativity in a way where it's almost like not even almost, it's channeling, right? Like there's times where, especially if it's, we'll take Foolish the series for example, where there's several books in the series. Sometimes before I start to write another book in the series, I have to go back and read what I wrote because I don't remember writing a lot of it because it's a channel. You get what I'm saying? So like, all that to say, there's a bigger picture here. It's not just about you, right? Now, y'all know there's the but. It's always a but. Okay? It's always a but. We have the Fool in the reverse. We have comparison. And we have clinging to the past. Earth signs, don't you do this. Don't you do. Don't you. Earth signs, look here. Don't be out here being reckless and, not paying attention and just taking leaps and bounds and risks without thinking about them, especially if the risk that you are wanting to take or have taken was because you were comparing yourself to somebody else. Earth signs, don't piss me off. Like we were doing good, okay? We were doing good. Don't, because you do what you do and other people do what they do, right? Can't nobody do you the way you do you. Can't nobody do other people the way that that person does themselves, right? Like, we all have an energetic signature. We all have a creative signature, right? We all, there's things that we, there's things that we were sent here to do, right? So, and I keep hearing also, you can't compete where you can't compare. So for some of y'all, while y'all are looking at other people, while y'all are like, damn, I wish I could XYZ, da 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 da. You got these same people that you are comparing yourself to that are they're comparing themselves to you. They want to know your process. They want to know how you did something. Because what we're going to start to see is not only, like I was talking about at the beginning, the underdogs, the people who have been doing, being authentic, but your authenticity hasn't been well received and what have you. People are going to be more drawn to that than they are to people who are blatantly and clearly carbon copies of other people. There's so many people, and I'm going to use the internet for example. There's so many people who have platforms that are influencers, that are content creators, and what have you, that get on these social media spaces and they really don't have a personality of their own. They don't bring anything. What's the word? Damn, what's the word? Not original. For the lack of a better word, because I can't think of the word right now, they don't bring anything original to the table. And don't get me wrong, I'm one of those people that believes that, like, sometimes, like, nothing is really original. Nothing is new under the sun, right? Everything is just repurposed, recreated, and people throw their stank on it, right? And that's what makes it different. That's what makes it stand out. But there's a lot of people who get on here, and it's so obvious that all that they could do, all that they could produce is what's popping right now, right? What's trendy, what's popular. That's their lane, right? They aren't willing to really step outside the box and do something different. They're not willing to, risk. having people look at you like, girl, what are you doing? Because you're moving authentically, right? A lot of people are never going to be comfortable doing that, so they do what they feel is the next best thing and copy off of other people. Which, baby, if that's your life, no judgment here. But this not the collective. This ain't my collective. That's the collective that I be talking to. You feel me? So like, stop comparing yourself. On top of the fact that a lot of this shit be smoke and mirrors, you don't know what they had to go through to get to where they are. You don't even know if what they're showing, the masses or the public is what it really is. So what you could be sitting here comparing yourself to something that's not even okay. And for a lot of you, I feel like if you are comparing yourself to people, it's because of something that you're still holding on to. And here, subconsciously, we talk about this a lot, right? We talk about how it's easy. It is so easy for us to not even realize that the ways that we're operating in don't belong to us. The things that we tell ourselves do not belong to us. It's easy to get sucked into that, right? And I just personally feel like if you are comparing yourself to somebody, that's something subconscious that you need to look at. Because why do you feel like what you bring to the table is not enough? Why are you even looking over there? Why are you not focused on what it is that you need to be doing? Baby, you got rewards and recognition coming. And you worried about somebody else? Child. Let's get, what do I want to use to get a... I'm trying to think. What do I want to use to get an advice card? We'll use this deck. Spirit, what is the advice for my earth signs for the month of April? For earth signs, I feel like it's giving prepared to have your mind blown. It's giving like all that you went through, all that you had to suffer through, everything that you had to pray through, cry through, sit at the altar and beg through. You're going to understand why it has to be that way. You're going to understand why it took you a little bit longer than other people. Spirit, what is the energy for April? What's the advice? What's the advice, Spirit, for my earth signs? I can't make this up. It says life area, career, and business. Bottom of the deck, we have wisdom. You've been here before and you know what to do, yet you fear disappointing others. The wise choice may not be the popular choice, but choose for the highest good in this situation. Earth signs, a lot of why you may be comparing yourself to other people is because, excuse me, especially career and business, is because of the fact that not you out stay sack right now, not you out here about to change your mind or about to go in another direction because of what other people think you should do. That makes sense. The bottom of the deck we have mind and outsider. Baby, not you in your mind about somebody or something, and I'm really picking up somebody's groups of people, right? This right here is giving me you being in your mind over somebody that can't even get in. This is giving like you was not in the gym shooting with me, okay? This is giving how you mad from the outside of the club and you can't get in. How do you have an opinion? Amen. That's what this is giving me. Not you worried about somebody who could never. Not you worried about somebody that could never be you, that could never do what it is that you do, that could never have went through the things that you went through to get to where you are. That's who you're comparing yourself to. Earth signs, I know not, and we gonna talk about this in the extended. So, if you want to get down to the nitty gritty of what's going on and why you doing this, make sure you click the link in my description box, purchase the extended, and if you choose to go over there, I will see you over there, okay? If not, Earth signs, have a great April. Y'all know it's Earth sign gang gang. I love you guys. Go forth and be great, Earth signs, okay? Go forth and be great. Don't piss me off, Earth signs, okay? For those of you who are going to the extended, I will see you over there. For the rest of you, be great, get bread, stay all the way live, and with everything being intentional, have the April that you conjure. Peace. Love you.